I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? Okay, so we have a return guest on the show today. And I just want to say, man, I love it when people come back to the show and they give me their progress and they tell me, hey, Yaya, this is what happened. And oh my gosh, I love it. I know I sound funny, don't I? We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so like I said, I love return guests. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to this wherever you're watching. Follow, subscribe, like, comment. We're always watching and we're always answering everyone. And sometimes I even do follow back. I mean, I'm just give me some time, okay? So listen, let's get right to the show. We have wonderful guests on the show, and she knows I'm very bad with names, but I'm going to say Miss Bakari is on the show today. Thank you so much for coming back.
All right, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Did I say that right?
Dr. Rosenna Bakari. That's the whole thing. Dr. Rosenna Bakari.
Oh. I always say the last name if it's available. I always kind of say the last name.
Thank you. Yes,
I can really torture first names for some reason. You say Kim, and I'll be like, "Is it Kim or Kim?" Yeah, it's.
I do the same thing, so I get it. And speaking of names, yours is easy to remember, and I'll tell you this little story because my daughter's name is Naila. But when my kids are only 15 months apart, and so my son is 15 months older, he could not say Naila. So he would call her Yaya. So, so for a while there, we would always call her Yaya because that's how he pronounced Naila. So yours is easy for me to remember.
But I do get that occasional person like, how do you pronounce your name? It's like, yay. Yeah. Yay. So tell me, I mean, it's been a while since you've been on the show. We gotta catch up. So
yes, we do. So yes, so the last time I was on, I had my book, Too Much Love Is Not Enough. And that book was based on that's my memoir about living in silence for 40 years as a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. And, I've been working this healing journey and supporting survivors and other people for a long, long time. And so the natural progression out of the work that I was doing became this book, and it's maybe it'll clear up if I hold it there for a minute, but it's called, it doesn't because I have the little blurry thing on, but it's called The Healing Journey. The Healing Journey. Okay. Relationships and Wellness Guide. And so
we'll get a copy and put that up. We'll definitely put that up so people can see that.
Okay, thanks. Yeah. And so that became the natural progression, especially going into, and I started the book pre-pandemic, but then moving into pandemic, it just became so clear that we have to normalize healing. Like I see all this stuff, people want to tell you how to make money, people talk about personal development, but we don't get at the core that people need healing. Yeah. We cannot keep experiencing pain after pain after pain in community after community. It's not just us, after community, and nobody's really talking about or giving people space to have their pain so that they can heal their pain. So what we have now is a hiding journey. This is how you hide, right? You make lots of money, you try to make lots of friends, you look good on social media. That's called hiding pain, not healing pain. So I am really very interested in carrying on this conversation about normalizing the healing journey. Healing is personal development. We can't do personal development with all these wounds and knives sticking in our back that we never healed from. So that's really what this book is about. It's about really
oh, there it is.
There it is. It's about really getting people invested in healing what hurts, not hiding what hurts. So that's the book.
Definitely. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Healing is like, and a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of different kinds of healing too. You have healing from relationships, healing from not being the person that's good in relationships, and then going through that and learning how to be good in relationships, healing from relationships that started off amazing. You got married, you're here, and now all of a sudden it's like, what happened?
Right.
There is a healing there too, because you have to reconnect. So, and then you have healing from molestation and rape and abuse and neglect and just all kinds of different healings. But it all begins with the first step.
Yes.
Do you talk about that in your book?
I don't. And here's why. I do and I don't. So for years, especially in dealing with survivors, people like, we need like a 12-step program.
Okay.
Right? And the challenge of healing, you're absolutely right. It starts with what is step one.
Right.
The challenge is step one is not the same for everyone unless
exactly.
Right. Yes. Unless it's really about just acknowledging you have a problem, like that's step one for everybody. But exactly what you said, people are healing from different things. Even if we're both healing from divorce, failed relationship, our reasons for that divorce or failed relationship are very different. And so what we have to understand is how we got here. And that's the piece that people are often missing. They want to move on without understanding, how did you get here in the first place? If you don't understand how you got here, then the next place that you go to is going to feel the same. Is going to be the same. So we have to begin to hold space enough for people to understand how they got there, instead of keep trying to give them steps to move on. So when I say no, I don't, that's why. So let me explain what this book does. This book is a year-long guide to support people in their healing journey. It's 12 chapters, one for each month, January through December. Each chapter has a topic related to healing. Some of them are how-to chapters. There is a how to heal childhood trauma without forgiving the person who caused it, right? This isn't about where you should be. This is about where you are. This is about how to build relationships when you don't trust people. This isn't about, what you should be. It's about where you are. And so it's about saying, I see that you've had pain. I understand what you've done with that pain. Let's tell you let's hold space for where you are and have some conversation about how to move on to the next space, how you can do that. And so there's those sorts of how-to things, but the book is really meant to meet people where they are. And so that it gives them a sense that someone understands where they are and how they got there, and not say, but move on. No, take some time to be here and understand how you're here and look at what's around you as a result of being here. And then if we hold space for people, the amazing, beautiful thing that we have to learn to trust is that healing is a natural process. It's natural. When you hold space for people, they will heal themselves. I'm not the healer. What we want to do is hold space for people. And so that's my hope, my challenge for people. And so that's what I think this book can really do. So in 2022, I am inviting people on this healing journey. I'm actually setting up a project now where I'm inviting people to have and construct teams of 4 to 12 people to heal with them for a whole year, so that we can normalize healing as personal development, so that we can get support long-term, and so that we can remove the isolation. What so many people tend to do is isolate when they feel pain, instead of invite people to help them hold space for pain. And that's why we don't get to the healing journey.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. And I love what you've done. You've taken each month and given people that breathing room to actually, heal for the month of January. So the month of January, the first chapter, second month, the next chapter. So basically they can actually go back and find different things to heal for themselves. They don't have to rush. They have that entire month except for
Yes.
February. That's going to be a short month, guys. You got to hurry up and do that one. Okay. But I'm just kidding. But literally, I mean, it gives you time to breathe and heal. And you're so right. You know, so many people have these 12 steps and these 13 steps and 16 steps to healing. But literally, it's like, okay, so you go through all the 16 steps and you really don't take the time to find out the underlying issues.
Yep.
What is, because one issue leads to another issue, can lead to another issue. And the next thing you know, you got a full page of issues and no time to go through them because you got to finish the 16 steps.
Exactly. And I wanted to write a book, which is what I did, where people could start anywhere. So it's January through December. If you want to start in June, do it. If you open up this book and you like, oh, forget all those other things. What I really need is nobody is normal, so just be yourself. I really need to read that. Read it. Do the activity. Start there. It doesn't matter where you start in the book because they're all topics that are related. So open up this book and find where you are most of how to apologize. You know, some people need to start right there, right? Because sometimes when we have been victimized, we become so self-absorbed in our victimization that we forget that we too can cause harm. And learning how to apologize, like really apologize, is huge on the healing journey.
Oh, yeah.
When you feel so self-centered, and I don't mean egotistical, I mean centered in yourself, that it doesn't feel harmful or threatening for you to say, I'm sorry, and acknowledge that you've done wrong. That's a good sign on the healing journey. That's a good sign.
It really is. And that was, I think for me, I'm not going to say anybody else, for me, that was the hardest part. Because even though I know that I may be right and I may be wrong, I'm going to apologize anyway, because I need that healing to start right away, regardless, because I need to move on. And I'm going to talk for myself. I get stuck and I got stuck in that, oh, well, I can't believe, she would do that, it's like, and I'm like that for a whole week. And I'm like, Jonah, I ain't got time for this. I got to move on. Sorry, but it wasn't your fault. It's okay. Sorry. It's okay, girl. Everybody's just sorry. Bye. You know what I mean? And then I don't think about it anymore. So it really does help me to move forward and to get away from being stuck for an entire 7 days on I can't believe she said that. It's like, just get over it. I have a life to live, and life goes by so fast that we don't really realize it until we're trying to catch up. And I think that your book really helps, people to actually live the life in the now. It's so important to understand that now is your moment. Yeah. This is your moment. And that journey is got to start now for healing.
Yes, absolutely. And the one beautiful part about it is that when we talk about living in the now, oftentimes people get anxious because like, well, but my past has been so terrible. And so I want to say this emphatically, living in the now does not mean that you forget about your past or don't, but when we live in a now, there's really no such thing as the past. Well, if you live in a now with pain from your past is in your present. Your present is not in your past. So bring the past into your present so you can be present with it. Right? It's not.
Excuse me, say that again. What?
If you have pain from your past, then you have to bring your past into the present so that you can be present with yourself. And then you can start building the future that you want by being present with your past. Let me say that again. You can build a future that you want by being present with your past.
I'm gonna have to repeat that. I'm gonna put that on repeat.
This is not about forgetting about your past. When you can forget about your past, but I tell you one thing, your past won't forget about you. And
that's right. And a lot of times it's our past that makes us who we are. We can't forget about the past. Without the past that we've had, we wouldn't be who we are today. And if a person is not where they want to be today, then that's where your book comes in.
Yes, because when you forget about your past, that's when you don't know why you acting so silly out here. You don't forget about your past.
Girl, forget about that past now, right?
You heal the past.
Right.
You heal the past. You don't need to forget about it. It's part of who you are, like you say, but you heal the past.
Yeah.
So that it's not dictating your future.
Yeah. A lot of people have come to me and they say, oh, Yaya, you're so blessed. Look at what you're doing, girl. You got this, you got that, you got this. Do you realize how many people told me in my past that I would be nobody? Do you realize how many times I got beat up at school and I had to fight? Do you realize how many times I went home and got, I can't really say too much, but what I saw in certain places in my lifetime wasn't conducive to the life that I'm living today.
Yes. Yes.
You know, I was raped, date raped. I was molested. I've seen things, and yet I've healed it because I understand that my present is because of my past.
Right.
And that's where your book comes in. It is such a wonderful thing that you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for your vulnerability. We are here. We are here. And we are here to while we're here, and since we're here, we certainly have maybe a responsibility to help other people who haven't gotten here yet, because there's so many people who, of course, we know have those experiences and become very caged by them. So, and that's not of any fault of their own. Part of it is that those of us who get here also have to remind people that we've been there too. One of the things that happens when nobody lives openly is that those people who are still struggling don't understand that there's a different way for them to look or to live. So I appreciate your vulnerability, because every time someone says, yes, we can do it, see, I'm a witness, it gives courage and strength for someone who hasn't made it yet to go, oh, there is life after trauma. So thank you for that.
Definitely.
Life after trauma.
And you know, I wanted to just say one more thing, and a lot of people don't understand the story behind why I started the podcast and why this book is going to help you. I was depressed. It was a depression that was almost ready for therapy and medication. I'm not going to lie to you. And because I understood the power of community and the power of influence and encircling yourself with positive people, that's what built this station, because I started that to find people like you. Okay, to find people who are going after dreams, writing books like your book, doing things, because that's what pulled me out of my depression. Actually going and seeing other people, even though I was not even in the area. So sometimes we have to get the books, we have to, you know, pull ourselves out by our britches, as they used to say. Just pull yourself out by your britches and just keep going. And I think this book, for the majority of people that are watching today that may be in depression, that may have seen things, that may be still discouraged, get this book. Start this journey. You're not going to regret it. From a person who was going down the tubes and spiraling just like water down a faucet hole, I can tell you that somebody put a stopper in there for me, and it was you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. Knowing that you're not alone will help push you through whatever it is you need to get through. But that's one of the reasons why the Healing Challenge 2022 project is so important, is because when we remove the isolation, we give people permission to heal. But when you're isolated and no one even knows of your pain, it is impossible to get support. It's impossible to get support.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
It requires voice.
That's wonderful what you're doing. So where can people join? Where can people find the book? Where can people get started on their healing?
They can find the book at rosennabakari.shop. or RosennaBakari.com will lead you there. Either those, my name.com or .shop. They can also get the book on Amazon. And here's a tip so people can decide. I'm not Amazon. I don't have Amazon resources. So if you get the book from me, the advantage is that you will get a signed copy, right? But you will pay for shipping, right? And so if that's important to you, you want a signed copy, then you get the book from me, RosennaBakari.shop. If you just want the book and you want it at less money because you're not going to pay for shipping, or you're going to pay less for shipping, then just order it from Amazon. Either way is okay with me. Either way, it's not a big deal for me it's not any more money or prestige. Just get the book from Amazon or get it from me. Right. For me, it costs a little bit more money because of shipping. For Amazon, it's going to come to you quicker, and it's probably going to save you $2 or something like that. So either way, just get the book.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to tell people why they should get the book from you. When we start our journey, it is so important to start your journey with a positive note. When you get a signature from an author that wrote a book that you absolutely love, that will change your life, that signature, you can go back and look at that and say, that is the moment. That was the moment that I began my journey, when her pen hit this book and encouraged me to keep going. So you can always go back to that autograph, to that signature, to that encouraging word, and read it from the person that wrote the book. And then when you give that book to someone else, you add your signature to that and give it away so that someone else can start their journey now with 2 encouraging words. This is why you do that. This is why you do that. Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, then I suggest you get 2 books.
There you go. That way you can keep yours.
There you go. Get 2 books. Get 2 books.
Keep yours. Keep your book and get another book for someone else, because you don't know.
Right.
I mean,
That's true. A lot of people do that, actually.
Yeah. And you know what? It's so funny. I don't want to keep you too long, but there's a lot of people out there that are pretending to be okay. And in front of you, they're okay. And they're doing great. But behind closed doors, they are crying. Yeah. You don't know if you give this book with this signature and your encouraging word on top of the signature of the author and your signature to encourage this person to go after their dreams, because you've heard them say, oh, I really want to do this. I really want to, but they've never done it. Yeah. They might be suffering from something behind the scenes that's holding them back. This book just may open everything up for them.
Yes, I agree. I'll tell you one more note too. It's interesting, when I do my one-on-one empowerment practice is also based on the same concepts that are in this book. And I will tell you, you will never hear me promising people money, because I know what little money contributes to happiness, first of all. So and I understand that being broke can make you miserable, but but money at the same time will not buy you happiness. It will not buy you long-term happiness and peace. That being said, though, I cannot tell you that I would say probably 90% of the clients that I work with, no matter how well they're doing, almost at least 90% do better financially within 2 months of working with me. Something shifts or happens. Either they ask for a raise, they get a new job, something happens where they have a shift where they're suddenly making more money. So it's interesting. It's all about clearing out stuff. When we clear out stuff, we open a pathway for other things to come in. Oftentimes that's money.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, I want to give an encouraging word. Get this book. It just may change your life. I remember someone told me this, Maria Simone. She's won Tony. She's got her own business with tiny homes now. She's done a TV shows and all kinds of different things. She's a millionaire now, just put it that way. She told me in January, you have to come to Jersey. It's going to change your life. And she was right. Don't miss the opportunity. So when someone says to you, you have to get on a plane and come here, get on the plane and go there. Just like I did. I spent the entire 5 days there with people I didn't even know. But Maria was right. It changed my life. This book may just change your life. Don't miss the opportunity. When someone says to you, this will change your life, believe it, do it, jump on it. Get this book. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you. I sure appreciate those words of encouragement. And I'm so excited. I know you and I are gonna do some stuff together too. I feel it. I know it. I'm so excited. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to have you on my women's show. We're getting ready to do an entire series of encouraging, I guess, a seminar. It's gonna be free. It's gonna be on YouTube for all the women and men who want to be encouraged to go after their dreams. It's focused towards women, but men can be a part of it too, because it's all universal to me. Yeah. And definitely, I'll let you know.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Awesome. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dream Chasers Radio. Don't forget that you are responsible for your life. You can change your life. There is no one out there that can do it for you. No matter how many times you've been told that you'll never be anything in your life, that is only the mirror of a reflection of the person that's telling you this. You are a totally different person and you can do this. Until next time, guys, don't forget to dare to be different. Bye. I dare to be different. I dare.